Hey guys, Jeffries here and welcome to a brand new Football Manager 2015 series. This will probably end up being a journeyman series, but for now I am starting as my home team, as it were, even though I'm not actually from Stevenage, but I'm playing as Stevenage. They're my local team, they're just up the road. For those of you who've watched my FIFA series in the past, you'll know that I've managed Stevenage before. I like going to Stevenage matches. They are my... Technically they're still classed as my second team because I've supported Newcastle all my life, but I would say that in terms of my actual support for both teams, it is pretty much 50-50 at the moment. I like both teams just as much. When Stevenage actually played Newcastle in the FA Cup a few years ago, I must admit I was a Stevenage fan that day, and I went and stood in the Stevenage end and cheered all three of Stevenage's goals. But I had a little silent celebration when Joey Barton scored for Newcastle, so I'd like to say I was still neutral, but I was rooting for the underdogs, which is why I was Stevenage. Anyway, enough about that. This is going to be a new Football Manager series. It will be slightly tutorial based. If something new comes up that I haven't done before in my series, then I will focus on that. If I don't know, if there's something that's quite mundane, I'll skip through it as quick as possible and just try and keep the series moving. This will be based around the idea of what I've been doing with my last Football Manager series, which is skipping through some of the seasons so you don't have to watch every single game. The reason I do that is so that I can actually progress the career mode a little bit faster. Because we start quite low down the Football League pyramid, you think there's 46 games in a season in the Football League. Do you really want to watch all 46? Considering you'll be up to episode 92 by the end of the second season, I'd say that's quite a lot. And you don't win anything with kids from last year, got up to episode 155, and we'd only just made it to the Championship. So I would say that actually skipping through the season isn't such a bad idea. It means you guys get to see the important parts. I can work on some stuff behind the scenes as well. You don't have to see all my failures as well as my successes. Every time there's something important that needs to be said, I will of course start a video and let you guys know what's been going on. Excuse me. But apart from that, it will pretty much be just every now and then I'll give you a quick update. It might be a season review. It might be if something important happens, like I change jobs or I come up with an interesting new tactic that I want to share with you guys. Anything like that. Even if it's bad news, I will start up the recording just to let you guys know what's going on. So what are we doing right now? We are currently looking at the tactics screen. This is actually post-recording, this audio. Turns out my initial audio didn't work. What that's done is given me a chance to actually time-lapse the match that we're about to see, which is against... I'm trying to read it on my screen and it's not very visible right now, so you'll have to read it for yourselves who I'm playing against, because like I said, I can't read it right now. But I'm just setting up the team at the moment. I actually took quite a long time setting up the team because I wanted to make sure that we had the right players in the right areas. This is a new tactic for me, the 4-1-2-2-1. I've never really used it before. Normally I go for the two centre midfielders and then an attacking midfielder. But with this tactic I kind of wanted someone just to sit in front of the back four to allow both our midfielders to roam further forward. It also means our striker can stay purely as a striker. The two wingers can also stay further forward. And having the defence midfielder means the wing backs themselves can actually push further forward, because it means the DM can actually drop back into a back three. With the centre midfielders, we go for the same as usual. We have the ball-winning midfielder on the left-hand side and the box-to-box on the right-hand side. We keep the usual attacking-based wingers and the attacking-based wing backs, just so that we've got plenty of width, cross the ball into the man in the middle, who's actually a complete forward at the moment, which is a mixture of an advanced forward, a poacher and a target man. So this is the actual game we're about to kick off. I still can't see who we're playing against. Is it Wickham? It might be Wickham. Yes, that's definitely Wickham's kit. I recognise their kit anyway. So I'm actually time-lapsing the game, as you can see. I did spend a lot of time talking about the match as it was actually playing out, but I decided in this edit, because I'm re-recording the audio, probably wasn't a good idea just to sit and commentate on a match that I've already watched twice already. So I think it's better for this. If I have to do post audio again in the future, I will stick to the time-lapsing idea just because it makes it a little bit easier. In some ways, playing the game in fast forward like this makes the videos shorter, and I think it also makes the videos better because it keeps them nice and short, keeps them condensed, and you can just see all the action and that's it. The only reason I don't do that for recording reasons is so that if I can make tactical changes which will actually help the team, I'd rather do that with the game running in normal speed than try and kit. I recognise their kit anyway. So I'm actually time-lapsing the game, as you can see. I did spend a lot of time talking about the match as it was actually playing out, but I decided in this edit, because I'm re-recording the audio, probably wasn't a good idea just to sit and commentate on a match that I've already watched twice already. So I think it's better for this. If I have to do post audio again in the future, I will stick to the 6 games. They go pretty much hand in hand with the injuries. We get a lot of injuries in our series. Remember, you don't win anything with kids from last year. Every single time a player came back from injury, they played 1 or 2 games before they went injured again. And it is frustrating. I've got the best fitness coaches available, I've got the best physios available, and we still have injuries. And it sort of gets to the point where I'm starting to think, is it just built into the game that no matter what you do, these players will just get injured? You know, I've tried with a heavy training schedule, I've tried it with a light training schedule, I've tried it with a mix of the two, and I still get injuries. So if there is anyone out there who actually knows how to avoid injuries, I'm dying to know, because I have tried virtually everything to try and avoid them, and they still happen. Maybe I just sign injury prone players, who knows. What I do know is we're currently losing 3-1 to Wycombe, which is a very, very poor result for us. In terms of team performance, it was very, very bad. We didn't string that many passes together, we didn't create that many chances, we gave the ball away a lot. Wycombe had way too many shots on goal. And just overall, it was a very, very poor game for us. It was not the kind of match that you want for your first game of the season. And especially now it's 4-1. Very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. And it's a real shame, because Stevenage in real life started quite well. They had a 1-0 win over Hartlepool. And as you can see, it's a full-time result, 4-1 defeat. And like I just said, Stevenage beat Hartlepool 1-0 in the first game of the season. And it was actually Chris Whelpdale on his debut who got the goal. This time round, we lost. And that's poor. That is very, very poor. I am very, very disappointed by that. But I have just said it's first game of the season. It's not first game of the season at all. It was our 4th league game of the season. That shows how bad my memory is. I should know that, really. This is the point where I was saying where we'd pick up next in the series. Again, I'm sticking with the idea of actually starting with what am I saying? I don't even know. Starting with no, not starting with anything. I'm just going to stop rabbiting now and actually start ending this episode. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.